So I think it's pretty common knowledge that these camping refrigerators run more efficiently on 12 volts than they do on 110. And I thought it might be kind of interesting to figure out exactly how much efficiency I'm losing by running on 110. So I topped off the battery bank last night, and as you can see from the monitor, my capacity is at 100%. I do have plans to switch to lithium ion in the future and go for more capacity, but as for now, I just have a modest 56 amp hour AGM bank. Something to keep in mind, with AGM batteries, you don't really want to drain them below 50%, so my 56 amp hour battery bank is actually only 28. At the moment, the twins here are both set to -10 Celsius, they're both turned off, and they're both empty. Let the games begin. It is currently 9:03 a.m. and obviously the refrigerators are going to draw a lot more amperage as they cool down from room temperature, but that's where we're at right now. So it's been 3 hours. I decided to come and do a status check. We got -10 and -12. I only set them down to -10. This one's wanting to go colder than I told it to. 12.2 on the box. The inverters, it's working, but it's not working hard. And as far as battery capacity, we are at, that's not great, 70.7%. For 3 hours, that's really not great. Granted, these refrigerators are actually brand new. They are about a week old. I pulled them out of the box, and as I usually do, I just plugged them in and didn't really bother reading the instructions. So I may be able to dial the power consumption down in these. They may be set to maximum, maximum cold right now. Especially looking at this one here, where it's dropping down below where I set it to. Thankfully, I was right. And according to the instructions, these refrigerators come from the factory set to high, and you adjust them by pushing these two buttons for 3 seconds. There we go. So that means high. And now there's eco. That should calm them down a little bit. Something else occurred to me. I won't have both of these set to -10 at any given time. The whole idea of having 2 refrigerators instead of my old single refrigerator is to have one as the freezer and one as the refrigerator so I can stop freezing my eggs and milk. They have steak at -18. I've usually stored my steaks and chicken and stuff at 10. At -10, you can keep ice cream, so it's not a problem. So based on that, I set my driver's side to 5, and this one I left at -10. With that, I'm drawing just over 3 amps as opposed to the 7 to 8 that I was drawing before. So that's not too bad. So you might be asking yourself, why even bother with the 110 if it's not efficient? Just run them off at 12 and the problem solved. And the answer is redundancy. I want to have backups. I want to have redundancy through the entire system between 12 volts and 110, and between cigarette plugs and USB. Any sort of plug that I have in here, I want to be able to substitute it for a different plug and a different power format. That's basically what it is. Redundancy without clutter. So when I designed this battery bank, it was sort of like a bug out build where I could just pick up and go for one night, maybe 2 nights if I'm not pushing it too hard. And now that I have the 2 refrigerators instead of the 1, granted the 1 refrigerator was a lot bigger than the 2 that I have now. This is just not enough to cover both refrigerators and all the lights that I run when I'm camping. I think it's time to start planning a new lithium ion battery bank. I'm thinking probably between 100 to 150 amp hours is going to be good for me. Look how short the cord is now. It just goes straight into the box right here. I don't have that kilometer-long wire running to wherever inside the Jeep. I just got this one wire coming down into the box, and then everything else runs off of this. It's perfect. So this was phase 1 of my power supply mounting solution, sort of a prototype. I just built this tray with a track on the back, and the power supply slides in here like this, and there's a tongue on the back and on the front that stop it from coming out. It's going to want to come out the back or out this way because that's where the plugs are. And it was clever, a little bit clunky though. A lot of sculpting went on with this, trial and error type stuff. And I found a much simpler, better way to do it. Check this out. High power neodymium magnets. Doesn't get any simpler than that right there. That's it.